An understanding of fire alarm design is going to be a key aspect for any designer to have. Let's take 2 minutes to learn more about design. So your fire alarm design is going to be based off of quite a few things. One of those things is going to be the requirements of the codes. Also, what are the characteristics of the building? And lastly, we take a look at the specifications of the project. These things combined is how a designer can take drawings of architectural nature and turn them into a fire alarm system. So let's get into it. First thing we take into account are going to be your building codes. With the building codes, you have options. Most common building code that's utilized out in the field is going to be the IBC. However, in some jurisdictions, some areas, NFPA 101 is used. We turn to the building codes to make the determination of, do we need a fire alarm system and what type are we going to need? The codes are going to make the determination of the devices required, notification, and we take a look a lot of times of what do we need based on the building's characteristics. The next code that we take into account is going to be the National Fire Alarm and Signaling Code, betterwise known as NFPA 72. 72 is going to be the how does it supposed to work, where's it supposed to go. We utilize this code to find the information for the device installation requirements, performance requirements, as well as location and spacing of all of our equipment and devices. The next code that we look at is the NEC, NFPA 70, the National Electrical Code. Now, this code is going to be useful for a lot of the installation as well as an understanding for where wire is supposed to go and the type of wire for the design aspects. But that's exactly what the NEC tells us. It's the code that we turn to make the determination of our fire alarm wiring requirements, what type of cable, what is necessary for the installation. We do utilize those building codes for a lot of the understanding of what's the classification of this building. Size of the building is another thing that is an often requirement needed to make the determination of, do I need a fire alarm system? And lastly, we do see occupant load playing into a lot of the necessity for fire alarm systems. The last thing that we take into account are the specifications of the project itself. The specifications are going to give us a lot of information, things such as what type of system is going to be required, what brand or model of equipment will be able to be utilized and what is not going to be able to be utilized, and lastly, any kind of qualification requirements.